You are watching Zu viel Hitze.
Raise your shields high and welcome back to 3-Minute Record Reviews, the show where we share our thoughts to go. Today we are talking about the Swedish melodic death metal Vikings AMON AMARTH, the great heathen army at Metal Blade Records, 9 tracks, 43 minutes long, released this year 2022. The singles leading up to this release were Put You Back Into the Ore, which ultimately was not included in the record, Get in the Ring, and The Great Heathen Army. Let's get straight to it. What worked? Johan. Heck's vocals are instantly recognizable. As usual, they are in fact one of my favorite in the melodeath genre. They are dark and crisp and growly. I really like them. Everything is tight, also as usual on this record, without sounding overproduced. I especially love the sound of the bass and the lead guitar. The singles are certainly catchy enough, especially Get in the Ring. So are the lead melodies of Heathen and Odin Knows You All. And also I want to give a shout out to Saxons and Vikings that actually features Biff Bifford, the vocalist of Saxon. They give him a full verse, they give him a joint chorus together with Johan. And I think his high heavy metal voice sounds really great in contrast to Johan gutturals. And we should really normalize having guest vocals and features on metal records that aren't made by Arian or Avantasia. Let's get to the mixed things. Their lyrics, although it's been what it feels like meat and potato autopilot writing for quite a while now, remain interesting enough despite singing about the same topics for the past 20 plus years. And Heathen in particular is kinda hilarious, but the real question is if it is intentional or not. I mean, I guess it's intentional, the whole who's the goat, Heathen. I know it's a sing-along, and AMON AMARTH shows are definitely a big party where you sing along and have a good time and mosh and just roll to the Viking aesthetic along. But this part is something I would expect on a hip-hop record as part of a hype-up. And it's not like I want to gatekeep metal that you can't have hype-ups and whatnot, because, I mean, Ailstorm, for example, does it very often, but they don't take themselves very seriously, and I think this record has a more serious vibe to it than most Ailstorm releases. So to me, it sounds a little out of place. It seems like a weird choice to me to have this song included. Also, most of the tracks that I didn't mention so far have nothing remarkable about them whatsoever. Again, they are released AMON AMARTH tracks, that means they have passed some kind of quality control, so there's nothing outrageously bad. There are cool riffs and nice melodies all over, but they really blend together, unfortunately. And not in a good way. We are already approaching it, what didn't work. First of all, I want to say the cover is pretty atrocious. Maybe Manowar could get away with something like this in the 80s. And as I already stated, most tracks blend together with the exceptions of the singles. And speaking of the singles, I really wonder why I was back into the Or not included. That one also had a sing-along part, and I'm not a big fan of that. However, it was definitely more recognizable than most other tracks on this record. So why is it not here? Why wasn't it included? The real sin of this record is how easily it can be listened to once or twice, shelved and forgotten. I listened to it around 5 times leading up to this, and I still have a hard time telling apart most tracks. And as a melodeath band, you are feathering on the edges of pop. You want to release memorable riffs and catchy lead melodies, ideally choruses that stay in your head for days after you listen to them. Unfortunately, AMON AMARTH do not deliver on either of those things. To wrap it up, my favorite tracks were Get in the Ring, Odin Knows You All, Saxons and Vikings. Shout out to Back Into the Ore if it had made it onto the record. My least favorite track, again, nothing was offensively bad, but I think it is Find a Way or Make One was to me the most forgettable. The final verdict is, the whole record really felt middle of the road. You can listen to it if you're in the mood for background melodeath. However, if you actually want to dance or party or headbang along, I see no reason why you would listen to this record rather than to any of their classic releases. If you want something similar, you can listen to the first couple of AMON AMARTH records that were excellent, like One Cent from the Golden Hall, or With Odin on Our Side, or personal favorite Twilight of the Thunder God. If you want more catchier melodeath, you should check out Heaven Shall Burn, or the Gothenburg scene like In Flames or Dark Tranquility. And if you dig the Viking aesthetic but you want more abrasive music, then you can check out Falkenbach or the Viking metal phase of Bathory. This was a 3-minute plus review of AMON AMARTH's The Great Heathen Army. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'll be more than happy. Thank you for watching. This was Zu viel Hitze.